Two giants of the NHL collide under the bright lights of Dallas, where the stakes are as high as the ice is cold. The Vegas Golden Knights, sitting pretty at 2-9-1-4-4, take on the 2-9-1-7-1 Dallas Stars. First place in the Pacific versus third place in the Central. But here's the real question: does offense win games, or does defense take the crown? Vegas isn't just looking to win, they're out to prove they're the team to beat in the West. The Golden Knights are on fire offensively, averaging 3.38 goals per game. Jack Eichel and Mark Stone. They're leading the charge with 24 goals and 73 assists combined. But don't sleep on Tomas Hartiel, Ivan Barbashev, and Pavel Dorofeyev. These guys have chipped in 51 goals and 45 assists, keeping the pressure on opponents. And if you think it's all offense, think again. The defense is holding firm, allowing only 2.77 goals per game. Braden McNabb and Alex Pietrangelo. They've been locking things down with a combined 13.2 defensive point shares. Then there's Noah Hannafin and Shea Theodore, adding another 11.6. And of course, goaltender Adin Hill, with a .901 save percentage and a 2.61 goals against average, has been solid between the pipes. But standing in their way is a defensive wall known as the Dallas Stars. These guys are no slouch offensively, putting up 3.13 goals per game. Matt Duchene, Jason Robertson, Wyatt Johnston, 44 goals, 80 assists, and counting. And let's not forget Jamie Benn, Evgeny Dadonov, and Logan Stankoven adding another 30 goals and 46 assists. This team has depth, no question. But defense? That's where Dallas shines, allowing just 2.49 goals per game and giving up only 3 goals in their last 2 matchups. Thomas Harley and Miro Heiskanen have been a force, combining for 14.0 defensive point shares. Esa Lindell and Ilya Lyabushkin, another 11.6, making life miserable for opposing offenses. And let's not ignore their secret weapon, goaltender Jake Oettinger. A .914 save percentage, a 2.26 goals against average, and an eye-popping 11.5 goals saved above average. This guy's a fortress. So what's the move here? The Golden Knights have the firepower, no doubt. But the Stars, they're at home, they're rolling. And their defense is built to shut Vegas down. Jason Robertson is on fire, and if he keeps up his pace, Dallas could dictate the flow of the game. Vegas will need to push the pace and break through a stingy defensive core, while Dallas just needs to play their game, smart, structured, and suffocating. It all comes down to execution. The Stars will look to dominate possession, create turnovers, and put Oettinger in a position to make those game-saving stops. The Golden Knights, they'll try to outskate and outscore. It's the classic battle of speed versus structure, and tonight, something's got to give. And today's AI pick is, take the Stars money line at home. Defense wins championships, and tonight, it wins games. On to Game 2.
Under the bright lights of Chicago, the Tampa Bay Lightning arrive with something to prove, while the Blackhawks fight to turn their season around. Two teams, one ice, and a battle for redemption. Tampa, sitting at 25-18-3, is looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. Meanwhile, the Blackhawks, at 15-28-4, are desperate to find a spark. The Bolts roll in as heavy road favorites at 220, with the total set at 6.0 goals. The Lightning have been riding a roller coaster lately. Losses to the Maple Leafs and the Canadiens have exposed cracks in their armor. Nick Paul showed up in Toronto, netting 2 goals, but goaltending struggles continued. Jonas Johansson gave up 4 goals on 27 shots, while Andrei Vasilevsky allowed 3 on 22 shots against Montreal. Tampa outshot the Habs 35-22 but failed to capitalize on 4 power plays and racked up 16 giveaways. That's not how you close games. Despite recent struggles, Vasilevsky remains a solid presence with a 2.35 GAA and a .915 save percentage. Johansson? He's been shakier, posting a 3.27 GAA and a .899 save percentage. And defensively, the Bolts are feeling the pressure. Jay Moser is still recovering from a lower body injury, and Eric Cernak is questionable for tonight. But let's not forget, Tampa Bay leads the NHL in goals for, averaging 3.61 per game. When they get rolling, they're a force. But can they find that rhythm tonight? Now, let's talk about the Blackhawks. It's been a tough stretch, losing 11 of their last 14 games. They managed to snap a losing skid with a 5-3 win over Vegas but quickly fell again in a 4-3 overtime loss to Carolina. The Blackhawks had leads of 2-0 and 3-2, but they couldn't close it out, getting outshot 48-25. Peter Mrazek stood tall with 44 saves but still dropped to .916-2 with a 3.26 GAA and a .896 save percentage. Arvid Soderblom hasn't fared much better, posting a 2.92 GAA and a .907 save percentage. Chicago's defensive numbers? They're ugly. They rank 30th in goals allowed per game at 343 and also sit 30th in goals scored, averaging just 260. With Craig Smith and Pat Maroon questionable, and Connor Murphy still on IR, depth is a major concern. However, not all hope is lost. Chicago boasts the 5th best penalty kill in the league at 83.0%. But when it comes to 5-on-5, they rank 28th in expected goals against. That's a glaring weakness that Tampa's offense will be looking to exploit. Now, history doesn't lie. Tampa Bay has absolutely owned this matchup, going 9-1-0 in their last 10 meetings against the Blackhawks. And here's the kicker, each of those 9 wins came by 2 or more goals. The Bolts know how to take care of business when facing Chicago. And today's AI pick is, take the Blackhawks +1.5, I know what you're thinking, Tampa has dominated this series. But here's the twist, Chicago has been sneaky in keeping games tighter than expected. Tampa's on the road, dealing with injuries. And they've struggled to close out games lately. If the Blackhawks can stay disciplined and get another solid night from Mrazek, they might just cover. It's shaping up to be a showdown in Chicago. Can the Lightning reclaim their dominance? Or will the Blackhawks fight to stay in it? We're about to find out. On to Game 3.
The Philadelphia Flyers and New York Islanders, 2 Metro Division rivals battling for position. Philly sits at 6th with 50 points, while the Isles lag behind in 8th with 45. Both teams are on small winning streaks, and they'll meet again after facing off just over a week ago. The Flyers are coming off a gritty 2-1 win over Detroit. Joel Farabee and Rasmus Ristolainen found the net, while Samuel Ersson made 27 saves to seal the deal. Travis Konechny? Still the backbone of this offense, 21 goals, 33 assists, and 54 total points. But here's the kicker. Philly's power play ranks 28th, and with injuries piling up, their depth is a real concern. On the other side, the Islanders took down Columbus 3-1 with Bo Horvat scoring twice, and Matthew Barzal notching 2 assists. Ilya Sorokin, locked in, stopping 25 of 26 shots. Offensively, they're struggling, ranking 27th in goals per game, but they dominate the face-off circle, sitting first in the NHL at 55.2%. Defensively, their penalty kill, absolute disaster, dead last at 67.7%. Here's where things get interesting. In 5 of their last 7 meetings, the total has been 5 goals or fewer. Both teams have allowed just 2 goals in their last 2 games combined. Add in the Flyers' tired legs from back-to-back games and a packed schedule, and this one screams low-scoring battle. And today's AI pick is under 5.5 goals. Philly doesn't give up many shots, and the Isles' offense isn't exactly lethal. With both sides familiar with each other's game and fresh off solid defensive performances, expect a slow, grinding matchup with few scoring chances. Will the Flyers find a way to outlast fatigue, or will the Islanders capitalize at home? We'll find out soon. On to the last game, Game 4.
The Utah Hockey Club and Winnipeg Jets face off for the 3rd time this season, each holding a win on home ice. Utah's coming off a big 5-2 upset over the Jets, but playing on back-to-back nights after a tough game against the Wild could slow them down. Connor Ingram gets the start again for Utah, posting an 8-5-3 record with a 3.29 GAA and a .882 save percentage, not exactly top-tier numbers. Meanwhile, Winnipeg just took down Colorado in overtime, led by Connor Hellebuyck, who's been rock solid with a 2.02 GAA and a 927 save percentage. The Jets rank third in both goals scored and allowed, and they'll be looking for payback in front of their home crowd. And today's AI pick is Jets moneyline. Let's recap today's AI picks. Tampa Bay vs Chicago, take the Blackhawks plus 1.5. Vegas vs Dallas, take the Stars moneyline. Philadelphia vs NY Islanders, take the under 5.5 goals. Utah vs Winnipeg, take the Jets moneyline. That's it for today's breakdown. See you in the next video.